Hello?
This is David Dew, interviewing Dr. King of the Human Sexual Behavior in Psychology class. How are you this evening?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Of the potential questions, we're going to start in the general. What do you do in addition to teaching?
My wife and I own a second home up at Beach Mountain, North Carolina, about a 3-hour drive from here. And despite my old age, I still ski. And skiing season ought to start within a few weeks, so I'm really eagerly looking forward to that. Work out regularly. And in terms of hobbies, I collect old United States postage stamps.
Oh, cool.
But then in addition to my teaching, I also do a lot of research. So
Nice. What do you research?
I've got projects going in human obesity and in sexuality education. And besides my textbook in your course, I also have a textbook in statistics, and that's going into the next edition right now, so lots of work with that. So I stay busy.
Nice. I know, because I really love the setup of the textbook you have.
Oh, thank you.
Why did you decide this career position?
I was actually a literature major for a good long while at UCLA as an undergraduate. Of course, this was way back in the 60s, so I'm an old geezer. And then I realized, I don't know if it's still true, that the only job waiting for me that major was to be a high school teacher, and that thought terrified me. So I switched to economics for a while. That was boring as hell. Switched to psychology, and from psychology went into biological psych, neurosciences, and that's what I got my degree in at the University of Chicago, and I spent 35 years doing neuroscience research with animals and just enjoyed the heck out of it. Unfortunately, I was not able to continue doing that type of work when I came to Clemson, but
Wow, that's very interesting. I kind of want to go into the field of neuropsychology.
oh, okay. That's what I was in.
Let's see. What general advice would you give college students?
The key word is balance. Yes, you're preparing for a career, so you've got to do well in academics, but this is also what should be the most fun of your entire life. You have a lot more freedom than you're ever going to have the remainder of your life, but you got to learn to balance those two. At UCLA, for a good long while, I did not. I majored in parties, flunked out of UCLA. So yes, the key word is balance. Balance your social life, your personal life, your academic life, etc.
Gotcha. I know, as being a student of yours, what are your expectations for students in your classroom?
My classroom, as with any academic course, the students are not going to remember 90% of the factual information within a relatively short time, once they're out of the course. So my primary goal is to make you more comfortable with the entire topic, make you more comfortable with your own sexuality, so that in the future you can talk comfortably with your partners, your children, etc.
I do really enjoy your class, and I think you really are achieving that.
Well, thank you.
What are the most common mistakes that students make, in your opinion?
I don't understand the question. What are you?
Academically, what would be the biggest mistakes that you see students making?
Well, I can only talk about my course, and I've made it very clear, as you know, I have a number of problem children this semester, more so than I've ever had. And the mistake is they just won't listen to what I tell them to do. I just don't know what to do about it.
I feel you on that. I got some friends I'm trying to help out. They won't take my advice.
No, they just, I tell them, study the student study guides. How many times do I have to show people the number of questions I take right out of the student study guide, and they still won't do it?
I read the chapter and do the student study guide by hand every test, and so far I'm still in the running for your superstar. So.
It doesn't take much of an effort, but I've got all these F&D students who obviously have not listened to a word I've said. I just don't know what to do.
Sure. How would you define learning and teaching?
Wow, that's a question that I really needed in advance to give a little thought to. You caught me off guard here.
Sorry.
I don't think any true learning occurs until you can know the material well enough that it is useful to you. You can take it and adjust your own life accordingly, whether that be career-wise, personal-wise, in the case of my course. So, teaching requires that your students learn. I have many colleagues who think just because they go in, give a lecture, use PowerPoint, they've taught. If your students aren't learning, they are not effective teachers. So just like the lecture I gave you all about can you all adjust your behavior, I have many colleagues who aren't capable of adjusting theirs. They just proceed with this same approach that really isn't terribly effective. I guess the key question is, can you reach your students?
I feel you on that. I've had some teachers that they just stick to the same routine.
Yeah, that's right there.
And there's no adapting to it.
Yep.
Well, thank you for this interview.
That's it? Okay, that was a quickie.
Well, you answered a lot of the questions with